What's up, my Broodwar brothers? Saiyan SC here with the semifinals of KCM. Thank you for joining me. We've got a TVZ semifinals this season. Protoss waiting for us in the grand finals, and we're going to be starting out here with two of the very best. We've got Royal versus Hero. I'm going to drop this lineup on you right now. There we go. Rush Royal Sharp Speed versus Sulky Miso Hero Shine. It's shaping up to be a pretty sick series. I'm really looking forward to seeing Sulky and Hero perform, as well Rush, Sharp, and I mean this whole Terran lineup's looking pretty damn sick. Shine and Miso can bring out some cool stuff, but I don't think they're quite on the same level as a lot of these other players, so I'm favoring Terran here this week, but we'll have to see how it goes. Of course, all best of ones as usual. I don't know if we're gonna get an all kill here this week. Maybe Rush, the only one I would think of as maybe capable of doing an all kill here. Possibly Hero too. Sulky, not so much, but yeah, I'm really looking out for Rush here. Cannot wait to watch him play. He has been performing amazingly in the ASL thus far. If you haven't caught up on that, I'm gonna try not to spoil anything for you guys, but this is pretty hype right now. Pretty darn hype. Could end up getting some really cool matchups here before the finals and semifinals of ASL, and just see where these guys are performing at, how they're matching up. It's gonna be super sick. Anyway, we've got a 12 hatch here from Hero, and SCP moving out. Okay, he's checking out for that Overlord. Realizes now that Hero's not down in the bottom left. Gonna send this SCV cross map, head up to the top right. We are on Polypoid, and Royal is setting up a wall in at the front there. Spawning pool gas. So no quick third hatch here. Instead, we're gonna see a lair, and then possibly another hatchery there quickly afterwards. Ooh, getting that moving shot almost, but Hero does manage to slip away. Wallin is complete now. CC already on the way. We'll see how Hero decides to react to this. This is not an easy position to punish here. There are some supply depots that are a little bit out of the easily defendable area in the natural there. The area where you're typically going to see Terran throwing down the turrets. It's going to be a little far away. This Marine is really far out on the map right now. We haven't had any Lings produced yet. There's the first two. These drones are getting a little low. Gonna go for one more shot here. Can he actually get that? Oh, was very close. Marine ends up dying. A little bit of lost mining time here for Hero, but overall kind of a waste of a Marine there from Royal. Looks like the natural base is about to finish. He's already got his engineering bay on the way. A +1 timing here from Royal. Going to be the follow-up. Academy rush immediately after. We're going to 2 barracks. We'll see if he adds on any more on top of that. I don't think his mineral income is going to be sufficient to do so. He's going to be struggling to get turrets out and enough Marines to hold this Mutalisk attack without adding on any additional barracks, just because of the speed at these Mutalisks and also the early +1 just kind of slows things down a little bit extra. The range is going to be a little bit later here. Stim's going to be a little bit slower. And so he's going to have to stay back a little bit more defensively here in the early part of this game. Now, picking up that SCV, pretty big deal. Getting that off the map. There's no scouting. He even has this Ling in front of the main. He's been watching Royal's natural here, making sure that no additional SCVs come out. Now it's possible for Hero to do something tricky here. He has the option, and I see a large amount of lings coming out of the main, so this is interesting. We did end up getting that third hatch that was more of a 2.5 hatch. The spire is nearly complete. No Mutalisk on the way just yet. Another barracks being added on here. Oh, two more barracks being added on here. He's going to lift off and start to move out. Uh-oh, this is going to be bad here. Oh, on a move command. Complete surround with the lings. Some pretty good micro from Royal pulling things back, but he ends up getting completely surrounded. I think these Marines taking about the best trade that they possibly could. However, all the Marines are going to go down, and these two medics as well. That was a huge win for Hero. I think there wasn't even stim pack complete at that time. So a bit crazy of Royal to decide to move out at that moment. But he decided to push forward, tried to take a little bit of position on the map, and ends up backfiring massively. He doesn't have any turrets up just yet either. Hopefully he's got a few done in the main, because these mutas are right on top of him. They're going to be here in just another second. He needs more turrets. He hasn't taken any economic damage, but that is about to change. First SCV goes down. Second now, and no turrets finish up here by the barracks. Look at how many SCVs he's pulling. He has to get these turrets down. He has to get them down. Uh-oh, Ling's coming in to the natural. Gonna kill this supply depot. Supply depot goes down. And now the front is open. These Lings can continue to rally over here and try to flood into the natural, kill it off some turrets. This turret's still not finished over by the barracks, and this is getting out of control. I think Hero's just going to take this victory. Royal toppling over here in the early game. His aggressive Marine movements end up biting him in the butt. Hero just taking complete advantage with those Lings. And now with the Mutalisk, absolutely wrecking face here. Gonna keep these Marines back. All he needs to do is keep the Marines away from this ramp. Don't allow them to come over here and defend the natural base. And he will eventually overwhelm that with Lings and Mutas. And this is a one game from here, guys. Not much else to say. Royal is going to have to tap out. He's managed to get a couple of Marines down there, but 2 Marines and a single turret, never going to be enough to stand up to this huge group of Mutas and all of the Lings that are being rallied. He's just going to run down here and surround this, kill off those 2 Marines, kill off these turrets, and that will be that. Diving forward now, Mutalisk on top of Marines. Medics healing each other right up until the last moment, but that is it. GG. Royal taps out, and Hero wins game number 1. Alrighty, guys, moving right along. We've got Sharp versus Hero. We're here on Revolver, I believe. Either that or Good Night. It looks like Good Night to me, actually, now that I'm looking at the center. I believe this is Good Night. We've got a spawning pool first from Hero. Looks like a 9 pool, actually. So a very early and aggressive pool plus gas. Okay, cancel on the gas. So I'm not going to go for something like 9 pool speed, at least. But getting up into 10 workers. Gonna take his natural expansion here pretty soon. We'll have some early Lings to place that pressure on his Terran opponent. Sharp, meanwhile, just getting a barracks in the main. No gas just yet, so likely we're gonna see some sort of early expansion here, just with Marines. And we'll go from there. Feel a little bit tired here, guys, recently. Not gonna lie to you. Woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, and basically every day for the past 4 or 5 days, it's been a struggle. I don't know why it's harder. going from Asia to America, but it feels way, way worse than going from America to Asia. Not really sure what the deal is there, but 16-hour time difference, and I just cannot get through a full night of sleep. Not sure what the actual cause of that is, but I'm trying to figure it out, trying to get back to a normal sleep schedule, looking for some work as well, hanging out here in Canada, and not used to that cold either, for sure. It's like the Lings are going to be blocked here on the ramp. That SCV pulled just barely in time there by Sharp, but he is going to be fine. Starting the command center on high ground. 3 SCVs will be enough here. They can repair each other and, of course, fight when necessary. So Sharp's going to be fine here. As soon as the Marine count gets high enough, he'll start to pull back additional SCVs to that mineral line. And here we're going to send all of his Lings back across the map. Go and kill that scouting SCV if possible. And set himself up for that mid-game. The layer is on the way. Second base is set up now. And it looks like spending some money into that Ling speed here. I just saw about 100 gas get spent there. So Ling speed on the way. We'll see if he wants to have another explosion of Lings here. I imagine that Sharp is going to be ready for that. Just after watching his Terran teammate get killed by that early speed Ling timing. No third hatchery out just yet. Gonna have the Spire coming down here momentarily, and then we'll get to see if it is going to be a 2.5 hatch or not. This has slowed down Sharp by quite a bit, but he hasn't lost anything yet, aside from a scouting worker, so he should be feeling pretty good in this position. Just land his command center, get his SCVs to work, and just continue producing these Marines and eventually getting into turrets. Now, we gotta be careful not to lose any SCVs here. A run by into the main as well, so gonna split the attention of Sharp and kills off 2 SCVs in the main. Very, very good damage considering the situation here. Pulling away this SCV. Think he saves it. Yes, he does. Sharp managing to keep the majority of his SCVs alive. Only 1 or 2 go down. And of course, Hero does get that full scout off of the main base, so he knows exactly what's coming now. He's got 2 sunken colonies on the way. He's ready for this stim pack timing attack. Drone down here in the bottom. This is just pure Marine. This is very strange. Seeing, I think it's like 10 Marines walking across the map with no medic support. That seems incredibly weird to me. Now, we've got 1 Marine here on the ramp, but unfortunately, 2 medics just not going to be able to keep that alive. He's sending all of the rest of his Marines back home, seeing that sunken wall at the front. All of those Marines would absolutely get just crushed by those sunken colonies, so he does end up sending them all back home. He's got his engineering bay up, but no upgrades coming just yet. First turret is being built, but these Lings in the main are being very annoying. Slowing down Sharp's ability to produce buildings here, slowing down his turrets, slowing down his barracks here, and the first few Mutalisks enter the fray. He's got about 5 mutas here in the natural area. That means he can start to one-shot these SCVs as that Mutalisk count grows a little bit higher. I remember it's 5 mutas to kill a pro, but maybe 6 to kill a SCV. I'm not 100% sure on that. Start to one-shot those right now. He's got, yeah, 8 mutas now. That's an easy one-shot on an SCV. A little bit of a misclick there. Some of the mutas didn't quite fire. He's going to rotate around towards the main base, look for some more damage. This is all well and good, just keeping the Terran player back as he sets up his third base. And gets into a relatively normal game here. Gonna get his Hydra Den on the way now. Possibly going for an Evolution Chamber, maybe a Queen's Nest as a follow-up. Most likely Queen's Nest, though, for now. Still producing mutas, still producing lings, and getting that drone count going as much as he can. Just about halfway done on that hatchery. Still sharp. Pretty much locked in his base here. He's able to push out to the front at least. Now he's got enough Marine and Medic to actually move out on the map, and you can see here he's scanning, making sure that there's enough defenses in each location. Looking for that fresh base down in the bottom right. It's moving across the map now. It's time to dog the Marines. See how the micro is here. Looking for some stray Marines, and he is picking off quite a few so far. See how much damage he's actually taken on these mutas here in a second. Here we go, a little more damage. Some pretty good control there by Sharp. Now stimming up, getting ready. Really good stim control there by Sharp. Oh, a single Marine headed to the bottom right. This could really throw a wrench in things for Hero here. If he doesn't have some lings or something popping out in a second, he's going to lose some drones for sure. Running these drones away. Oh, no. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, go for the kill. Oh, barely ends up losing both those drones. So annoying. He's going to bring the other drone up, try to kill it. Okay. Barely taking that down. But that's very, very annoying. That's a hiccup in the economy of Hero, who's not going to be able to mine off of that third gas until he manages to hatch a couple more of those drones. Just hoping to be mining off of with 3 drones at that third base right now on the gas, but just not able to do so. Another contingent of Marines being sent across the map. Ooh, is he actually spotting that right now? I don't think he did. Did he see it? Okay, well, he's going to see it now with these lings at least. Hopefully he can get his mutas into position and kill this off before it does major damage, though. Uh-oh, he's gonna lose Hydras. Oh man, that Hydra getting picked off there, and he really needs some Hydras for those lurkers at this moment. Some Hydras popping out in the main. Need some more good harassment here. Hero keeping him busy, keeping him split up with this army. Another army heading down to the bottom right. Small group of mutas kind of scouting out in the middle, but he needs to get something down here to actually defend. Where is the lurker upgrade? No lurker upgrade here just yet. I think maybe a little sloppiness by Hero. Did he miss that upgrade or something? It's got plenty of gas right now. 1,000 gas in the bank. These lurkers are still not started. Both of them end up dying, and now we're just going to send a ton of mutilates down here to hopefully save the remainder of these drones. Oh, very painful moment here for Hero. He's going to lose this extractor almost for sure. Does finally dive on the Marines, but still it's not looking good after losing those Hydras for the second time. He's still very far away from getting lurkers at that location and defending that properly. I think he does have enough time now. At the very least, Sharp has been pushed all the way back into his main base, so I think with just a few more seconds here, Hero will be able to start some lurkers, put them on that high ground, and therefore just secure that area. Nidus network is down as well now. Hero is starting to balance out a little bit. We've got the first Irradiate here. Pretty good, dealing quite a lot of damage, and gets one of the highest HP mutas in the group. Lucky Irradiate there by Sharp. Full lurkers here at the front. No Radiate for them, so it's going to be tough to try and break your way through there. Sharp definitely in firm control of this game right now. A lot of presence on the map. He's taking his third base. That mineral only there. He's spreading out his army, contesting the Zerg in multiple locations. He's not going to allow him to easily take this fourth base either. Looks like Sharp going to park an army down here at the bottom of this ramp just to make it a little bit harder. Picks off another Overlord. Doing a great job of picking off Overlords this game. Oh, there we go. Irradiated Mutalisk gets pulled out. Mutas are falling back, looking for potentially more harassable locations. Another Overlord going to go down here. Looks like a mistake from Hero. Oh, this Overlord here too. Another Irradiate as well. Hero completely on the back foot right now, just running kind of scared from this Terran who's just been expanding out on the map. A fourth base going down for Sharp as well. We've got some roaming defense here. He's getting prepared for a drop, which I don't think is going to happen. We don't really have any dropships out on the map right now. I don't think it's necessary for Sharp to do something like that. He already has this fourth on the way. The third is now saturated. And he has a good number of these science vessels to just irradiate everything down. Now, oh, Defiler doesn't even put down a spell. That's pretty sad. These lurkers going to try and make their way down the ramp now. See what they can pick off. Uh-oh. It's going to run up this ramp and actually picks off that Defiler. That was huge. Really good job by Sharp, just sacrificing a few Marine Medic and gets a great kill on that Defiler. Tons of Marines coming down here now. He knows there's a lack of Defilers in this location. As soon as this Dark Swarm wears off, he might be able to get a kill on this base. Coming down now, looking for that. Irradiates both of these lurkers. More lurkers going to have to be brought down to replace them. Not too many fire bats ready just yet. Still Hero in a big defensive position in his main base, worried about those drops coming through, but it's just not going to come. He needs to bring some of his lurkers across the map. He needs to bring some Scourge down as well to start to try and deal with these science vessels. There we go, science vessel. Two do end up going down there. Nice connections from Hero. That's the first science vessels we've seen go down. That science vessel count is still very high. More Defilers will be going down here. Lurkers getting irradiated as well. Sharp in a great position here with 137 supply. Nearly 40 supply ahead of his opponent. He has large groups of Marine Medic at each and every location, with plenty of reinforcements coming out. He's really amped up his production as well. You can see his minerals are staying very low. We should be adding on an additional starport as well, getting into some battle cruiser production, excuse me. Finally, the fourth base is getting saturated for Hero. He will have that fourth gas up here shortly. There's that third starport. It's being placed in the front there. A little bit interesting on that positioning, but it's fine. +2 armor is done now for Hero, so he will have a very strong army once those ultras start to pop out. He can begin a large counter-offensive that Sharp will have to weather if he wants to win this game. Meanwhile, small Marine attack here in the front. Surprised that he's actually doing that, going after some Overlords, going after some Lings that happen to be out in the front. More Irradiates coming down here on these front few Lurkers. Good job keeping those numbers down. Keeping the Irradiate going, getting that value as much as possible. There's a good plague there. Plague dealing a lot of damage to those vessels. They're going to be on just 1 HP. I don't know if there are any Mutalisks left over, though. Maybe just over here to the right of this screen, flying up into the natural. Ooh, some dropships finally coming out here along with the battlecruisers. This is a great combination. Sending battlecruisers into a location like this, using them to soak up and clear out the Scourge. Oh, the perfect use of Scourge there. I was gonna say suck up those Scourges and then the dropships can make their way in, but the Scourge just completely wipe out the battlecruisers there. Now the dropships are heading down to the bottom right. There's actually a lot of open area in that bottom right. We'll see if Hero has what it takes to hold this off in the main. He's actually sent a lot of his forces out towards the middle. All the Ultras are out on the map right now. Could possibly lose this Nidus and this base down here if he's not careful. Here we go. Sharp sprinting in. He's going to go straight after this Nidus. Nothing being produced here right now. A few Lings managed to pop out, but this is not enough. All the Lings are going to be sent back into the main. Does he have the numbers? Oh, this Firebat is doing so much damage. What a huge moment here for Sharp. He's just going to lose this bunker, but I think he can clean things up with his reinforcements. Meanwhile, he is dealing an insane amount of damage here at this third base. Finally, an Ultra does pop out of that location. He will have to rebuild his Nidus, though, and that third gas. So going to be a little bit lacking on the gas income here for a little while. At least he does buy himself a brief moment of respite from Terran attacks here. By forcing Terran to defend at that third base, he manages to force the Terran back to just buy himself a little bit of time now. Ling counterattacks coming through once again. I don't see any Defilers with this, so should be able to clean that up with just a few Marines and, of course, Firebats as well. Oh, Defiler is here in the natural. We've got Defiler plus the Lurker here. Another Dark Swarm goes down, and this is going to be tough to stop. We've got Scourge. Dropships have been spotted. Scourge are on the way looking for those dropships. If you can pick those off, that would be massive. Lings and Ultras are in the natural. Oh, he stops it. He forces the dropships to unload. He doesn't pick them off, but he does force the unload. Now, surrounding this army is huge. Only a few Ultras here in the natural, but I think it's enough to push through if he keeps on top of this, if he keeps rallying this up. A base here in the center right could end up getting taken down by this counterattack from Sharp. He's sending over just a bunch of Marines and Firebats to try and get that done. I don't see a single medic with this army. Pretty funny little army here. But it looks like it will be able to take out that expansion. Bunch of drones here just kind of idle in the middle, not able to do anything. Lings just into the meat grinder there, being completely destroyed. But meanwhile, this base over here is getting ransacked by Hero. Hero on top of both of the remaining mining bases from Sharp. Just wrecking this Terran player. Oh my goodness, that is so low. Only a few minerals remaining in that natural. So in just a few seconds, he is going to dry up here. Defiler makes its way up into the third, fourth base location from Sharp. He's going to be losing so many SCVs here. The Ultras all on top of these Marines as well. The irradiation damage actually helping the Zerg here for a little bit. Now he's sending in just innumerable Lings. Huge streams of blue coming across the map. He's got a ton of Scourge here to deal with these battlecruisers as well. That battlecruiser just barely surviving with the smallest sliver of health. Another Defiler makes its way into the natural once again, going to get irradiated and die immediately, though, before it can cast Consume and throw down any more spells. And it feels like it's just impossible to balance things out now. Hero is counterattacking in multiple different locations all at the same time. GG comes down, and Sharp taps out. Another win for Hero here in the semifinals, the KCM. Okay, as we're heading into game number 3, I certainly hope one of these Darren players has what it takes to stop Hero. Got Speed up next. He's spawning here in the top left. We've got Hero down here in the bottom left. Looks like we're on Largo. It's one of those new maps, but a reasonably balanced map, I feel. Especially in this matchup, I don't think it favors either race. Been watching a lot of Lemon recently. I'm not sure about Lemon. It feels really Protoss favored. We'll have to see how it pans out in these major tournaments going on right now. Whether that map is going to stay in the pool or not. Anyway, looks like we're going to have a 12 hatch here out of Hero. Speed going to go through his bunker down in the main base. It gets a little bit difficult to get a perfect wall in here as the Terran player. Yeah, and if you did decide to wall in there, you're going to have your bunker on, or your barracks on the bottom, and that Marine is going to pop out on the wrong side. So not going to go for that, just going to keep it normal, keep it safe here. We'll see if he grabs a gas. So far, no. Probably just going to be a regular Marine build here. Spawning pool on the way. No gas just yet. And without throwing down that gas... Okay, he throws it down now. So he's grabbing the gas. It's probably going to be a 2-hatch play. Maybe a 2.5 hatch. Feels like Hero's really adapted well to that build. It's recently popped up in the meta. And he's putting it to good use in these tournaments. Feels comfortable for him. He's not really much of a 2-hatch player. Not super aggressive as the Zergs go. I would consider Soma a far more aggressive player. And it's not that Hero doesn't have the micro to make those really aggressive plays happen. He absolutely does, but he just seems to prefer more macro-oriented games. 3-hatch was his thing. Now it seems to be 2.5 hatch. Just allows a little bit more flexibility. Allows you to get those mutalisks out a bit quicker, but you still have that macro engine behind. Ooh, 4 HP. Oh, the juke. Insane jukes there. Can he actually keep this alive? Oh my gosh. Almost gets that damn drone, but the SCV will end up being picked off here. One more hit. Do some good juking, but Speed's SCV is lost, and he doesn't get the kill. Now he is a little bit blind here for a while, unless he manages to sneak another SCV out on that map. And yes, it will be that 2.5 hatch once again. This is actually, I think, before the Spires, so a variation on that 2.5 hatch. This is going to slow down the Mutalisks just a little bit here, but he is still going to hit that timing. May have to build a few sunken colonies out in the front though, as Speed has gone for a 2-Rax play. He's building up that Marine count. He's going to have some medics here shortly. That stim upgrade will finish, and he can come out here and put some pressure on now. Another SCV sneaking out on the map. He's trying to get the scout here, but with Speedlings out on the map, not really going to happen here. Now he's got to be worried about a Speedling all in from Hero. I'm actually not feeling too worried about it. He's just going to come out with a bunch of his Marines. And this has not been scouted by Hero. Hero moving around the front. Now he actually comes into the main. He sees that all of the Marines are gone, and his creep colony is incredibly late here. This creep colony is so incredibly late. The Lings are coming from behind here, but can he actually hold on against this? I think he will be able to break this as more Lings pop out. No cancel there on the sunken colony, but some glitching with the drones, and it appears he's going to hold all of this off. Not even a single drone ended up dying there. A little bit crazy by... Oh my god, that Firebat! 4-kill Firebat. Can he get some more here? That medic running low on energy, but still is healing up. He's getting the good angles here. Oh, this is really rough. That Firebat gonna get some shots on these drones. Not able to take out any just yet, and the Mutalisk will pop. So that's gonna put an end to that Firebat. 2 more Firebats coming up. A 3rd Firebat there. Was planning to do a little bit more damage with that, but now he's just going to have to spread those Firebats out around the map and try to hide them. Maybe run in and get a kill here or there, if possible. Not going to happen right now, but doing a little bit of delaying there, keeping the Midas back for a few more seconds is buying speed, some time to get these turrets up, to get more barracks out, and a few more Marines as well. Sending some of these SCVs back to work. Yeah, it looks like Hero really spreading out his Midas, looking for those additional Firebats, looking for counterattacks that might come. And that is definitely buying a lot of time here for speed. That drone heading to the bottom right is going to be caught here by a Firebat. That's going to draw the Mutalisk once again down towards that bottom right. And he will finish that off. And Hero going to take a 3rd base here. Ooh, another Firebat actually heading towards the natural. Can he actually run in here and get some kills? There's a lot of drone saturation there. He hits the jet boosters. Running in with the Firebat on stim packs. Can he actually kill these drones? No, a glitch out on the Firebat. Almost got a huge stack there. Look at a bunch of damaged drones, but he doesn't end up getting any kills. Just some lost mining time and a bit of a distraction. Now there is a ton of turrets constructed back in Speed's base. I guess you'd say there are plenty of turrets here for the defense. The Hydralisk Den is coming up here. Transition from Hero. Not confident to just stay on Muta here and actually win the game. He's got to move forward with the tech. Losing that Overlord, very painful. He is supply blocked now. Good pick off there by Speed. Queen's Nest on the way. Really getting into that Defiler tech here ASAP. Good shots there from the Mutas. No return fire from those Marines, so dealing a lot of damage to that Marine ball. He's going to come in once again, try to kill some of these turrets perhaps. Getting a lot more shots than I think was necessary. Coming up for some shots. No firing from those Mutalisks. Unfortunate stuff there for here. He's going to lose this Overlord as well. So 2 Overlords have gone down thus far. It's going to give him a serious supply block here shortly if he loses yet more Overlords. And I think there are quite a few spread out on the map. This 3rd base, not quite mining that gas yet. Needs to get that on that geyser up and running as soon as possible. And engagement here with Ling and Mita, but just not quite enough Lings to finish the job. Lings coming from behind here. A few reinforcements coming up as well. The Marines just about picked off. There's only 1 left, and all the Marines end up going down. We've got some Hydras popping out here. They're going to be spotted by these medics as they get cleaned up. Hydras rushing across the map. He's going to start to make lurkers out here and continue this attack. We'll see if Speed is ready for this, or will he end up getting contained in his base? Hive is done. Defiler Mound will be coming up shortly. That 3rd gas finally about to be taken here for Hero. He's in desperate need of that extra gas. Needs to drone up a little bit here as well. Though he is ahead in supply at the moment over Speed, which is kind of a crazy position for Zerg to be in at this time in the game. You can see just how far ahead he is from defeating that first Terran army. Speed hiding back in his base. He's going to wait for a bit more tech before he gets to push out here on the map once again. Get a tank out here, get a science vessel. Try to keep those two alive and push out against these lurkers. Should see some Scourge coming up here shortly for Hero. These Mutalisks aren't going to deal nearly as much damage once the science vessels are present. Become next to useless, so he's got to do something else with these. Picking off these two medics is a really good way to utilize these Mutalisks before they go out of style here, before they become obsolete. Pre-spreading his Mutas, he's waiting for an Irradiate to come down. Almost picks off one of those science vessels. Science vessel very low on HP. He's got to be quite careful with those. It's not only Scourge that can take those down, so wow, a beautiful spread there on the Muta. He's going to back off with his lurkers as well. Burrowing here on the high ground, going to target very nicely on that clump of... Oh my gosh! That happened so incredibly quick. The target on those Marines just wrecking that Marine clump, and the focus fire from the Mutalisks onto the science vessels there was perfectly done. Hero absolutely destroys that army and comes out far and away in the lead right now. Coming forward with more lurkers. There is a tank here, so he's got to be a bit careful, but the Defiler has arrived. Consume is done. The Dark Swarm comes down. These Marines are going to try and walk past here. No stim though, so they're walking very slowly. He's going to try and bring some of these lurkers back. Can't allow this army to get between himself and his own natural. Bit of trouble here for Hero, but he's going to surround this army. Almost able to just pick that off outright, but he will bring some of these Mutalisks back, and maybe he can get the moving shot here on these science vessels as well. Oh, this is a huge moment. Speed bringing up these science vessels at the end of that fight. Ends up losing both of them for free. Dropship here in the natural. Does Hero have enough to deal with this attack? He's got his Mutas coming through. The Scourge are popping out at the perfect opportune time. Lings are here as well, and this army gets completely cleaned. Hero is in such a great position now. I don't know if Speed has any chance to take this one down. Nice micro, but he... A little bit of try hard there from Speed, microing those Marines, keeping them alive. But he is in a huge deficit at the moment. Double Evolution Chamber bumping away. We've got +1 armor done thus far. I think we've got +2 attack finish for Speed, but those upgrades for the Zerg, they're going to be kicking in here pretty darn quick. A nice Plague there as well, lowering all of the HP on these Marines to 1. That way he's going to be able to clean up a lot of these Marines very quickly, should they step out of position here under the Dark Swarm. Single Ling there, holding down the fort. Even these Mutas could just fight the Marines head on at this point, with them being at such a low HP number. Finally, an Ultralisk Cavern coming down. It feels a bit late. Been fighting here for a long time with the Defiler, Ling, and of course Muta. But it's about time to start bringing out not only lurkers, but also the Ultralisk, that real powerhouse unit that can give you the strength on the map to actually push back to Terran and eventually end that game. He's on 4 gases now. His economy that's been building throughout this game is just about ready to go. Ooh, diving forward on the Nidus network. Speed making some good moves here. Grabbing that Nidus network can leave you with an opening, or at least a potential opening here, where you can hit either one of these bases, and maybe Zerg won't have enough to reinforce without that additional Nidus network. Without that Nidus network, they might not be able to hold on, but these plagues are massive. Bunch of Marines walking forward and just getting crushed. Some good irradiates here at the 4th base. Got some Scourge here, but they're not interested in connecting with their intended targets. So I'm just going to fly around there until they die. Lack of a defense here from Hero in this location. He's really only got a few Lings and a few Ultras. He did have the Defilers though, and he manages to pick off those Science Vessels, so it looks like Hero will push through this location. The supply, the economy, everything is too far tipped in the favor of the Zerg now. He has massive drone count at this point. He's got lurkers in this location. He's got ultras all over the map. So many additional hatcheries have been thrown down as well. And you can see over 50 supply ahead of his opponent, who's sitting here with a 3rd base up now, but with very little chance of actually bringing it back in this game. Hero spreading out all over the map, sending a contingent up here towards the top center. Looks like it's going to be intercepted though. Good interception here from Speed, who will be able to irradiate basically everything. Does lose 2 more Science Vessels though for the pleasure, and gets hit with a pretty decent plague there. Defiler over in this location needs to be taken care of. Cannot allow that Defiler with the Lurker to make it up into that 12 o'clock location. Gotta hit that irradiate. But I still feel that Hero is just too far gone at this point. He is so far ahead that he is going to bring out these Ultras and completely overwhelm his opponent. Some Mutas out here looking for some of those low HP Science Vessels. Defiler is right here, gonna throw down the Dark Swarms. There are the plagued Science Vessels. Mutalisk getting those kills, and the Ultras will push through to the end. This is gonna be it, guys. GG will have to be called by Speed, and Hero will take another kill. GG. Triple kill for our Hero. Well played indeed. Oh my god. The final hope of the Terran. Rush is all that remains right now. He is going up here against Hero on Ascension. This is rough. This is not what I expected from this semi-final here. These two races have been neck and neck for a long time. Actually, Zerg falling quite far behind, but Hero just playing like an absolute beast today. Looking to be unstoppable right now. I don't know if this is a forbearing of what's to come. We'll see here in the ASL, but we've got a barracks out in the front. Gonna be setting up that wall, and it's not a perfectly tight Zergling wall or anything like that, but it'll do. Gonna be able to keep himself alive here in that early game. We've got a 12 hatch coming out from Hero. And he's going to be sending a drone scout out across the map. Looks like he still hasn't quite spotted out where Rush is just yet. We've got an Overlord floating down towards the bottom left. And he's going to find Rush in just another moment here. Back at home, Rush setting up that second supply depot. I think he's going to throw down a quick CC behind this. No gas just yet. This SCV getting a little bit damaged, trying to reset that building time, but okay, he finally does get it reset. Oh, this is a Zergling tight wall, and wow. Okay, so take notes, Terran players. You can actually Zergling tight wall it in this position with a pretty decent looking wall there as well. The Marines, of course, are going to pop out on the wrong side here of this wall, but at least it is possible. Got a second Rex coming down now, going for that 2 Rex play. Probably going to be looking to put some intense pressure onto Hero here in the early game. Popping out another Marine or two. Kind of an annoyance having to lift that barracks over and over again, but he's going to be fine. Lair is on the way now. So far just a 2-hatch, but we've learned from experience, Hero does love to throw down that 3rd hatch. He will be throwing that down now. So going for that 3-hatch play once again. Lair not quite done yet. He will be getting that Spire as well. At least most likely. I can't imagine him going for a Hydra or a Lurker bust in this situation. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Of course, there is that supply depot wall there in the front, but that Rush is perfectly capable of holding on against anything like that. So he's just going to likely throw down that Spire. Also, Rush with the SCV out here, he probably can just loop back around and get that full scout on. Make sure that it is indeed that Spire now. Getting that second gas for Hero. Spire on the way. It's going to be a very classic clash here between a 2-Rex player and a 3-hatch player. We'll see how many Sunkens can be forced here by Rush. He's sending out those Marine Medic now. So far we've got 2 Sunken colonies in the front. Can we force any more here? The scan comes down. He sees the 2 Sunkens are on the way, but he continues moving forward. He wants to make sure that those do indeed complete. Now he's going to head on back home. Just moving far enough to force those Sunkens to complete. They both do complete here. Ling's running by the Marines and heading over here towards the natural. Not able to get any damage though because of that wall. Was maybe hoping that that barracks might have been lifted up at that point. Instead, just going to find these Marines and medics out here in the middle of the map. We'll just dog them, track them. Make sure he knows where that army is at all times. No 3rd base on the way just yet for Hero. He's waiting a little bit longer than usual to send that drone out. I think there's a drone heading down now towards the bottom left. Probably end up taking that alternative main base as his 3rd location as he gets here into a regular game. Alright, Mutalisks have arrived now in the main base. Let's see how much damage they can get done here. It's like Rush is more than prepared. He's already got the majority of his barracks out. About 5 Rex are complete now. So far so good here for Hero. Keeping everything back is what he wants to get done right now. Just keeping Rush in his base is more than enough as he throws down his Hydralisk Den. He's only sitting here on 5 mutas. Should be a Hydralisk Den and Queen's Nest on the way right now. I don't see any more Mutalisks being produced. Okay, there's the next wave of Muta. So he will be going up to 12 Muta. I still don't see those tech structures down just yet. So getting prepared to deal with this first group of Medic Marine. Looks like the plan here from Hero gonna be to surround and try to kill this first group of Medic Marine. to really put his Terran opponent on the back foot as much as possible. He's looking for some pickoffs here, but Rush really in good position. Still managing to find a couple of SCVs. So far, not really minimal mistakes here from either player. Doing a great job of trading back and forth. Keeping safe as well. Here comes those Mutalisks once again. Cracking through the turrets at the barracks location. Marines are still in pretty high numbers here in the main, so not enough to just dive onto these. Here comes the Mutas to the natural. Can he actually get in here? I don't think so. Lings are going to go after turrets, and the Mutalisks are going to go straight onto the Marines here. He is killing off all of these Marines, and a bunch of Marines are headed back from the main part of the map. Going to try and save this main base. A small group of Marines have been sent down to the bottom left to actually kill that third. But Hero is all over these building structures here. All of the production is just being cut off for Rush. He can't actually save any of these barracks. He's gonna have to fight with the Mutas here, and more Mutalisks arrive, more Lings arrive as well. Perfect timing here to just surround and crush that army, and there's nothing left here for Rush. GG is called. Hero takes the win and cleans up every single Zerg, every single Terran player in this group. Amazing. Yes, clap, clap, clap. Very good play there from Hero. An excellent showing from him. He gets the all-kill prize as well as this week's winnings. Really, really impressive play overall. That is it, guys. The end of our semifinal. Bit of a disappointment, I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping we were gonna see more matches. Terran getting absolutely wiped by Hero. A lot of good games in there, though. Was a lot of fun to see Hero really outplay each and every one of these Terrans in a different way. But that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, definitely hit the subscribe button, hit that like button as well, and comment down below. Tell me which game was your favorite. Are you looking forward to ZVP finals? I certainly hope so. Also, guys, if you don't mind supporting as well, links, as always, are in the description down below. Thank you so much to everyone on Patreon, those people who have sent me tips on PayPal as well. Much love to you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.